Making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. How are you today, May?
I'm doing really well, Jay. Actually, I was just thinking, so far this podcast series has been one of the most exciting things I've worked on this year.
Me too. And I keep getting messages from people saying the patterns are really helping them. It makes me so happy.
Right? It turns out that simple patterns really do change how people speak, and that is exactly the energy we're bringing into episode 4 today.
Episode 4. We are building something really special here. And listeners, if you've been with us since episode 1, you already know 22 sentence patterns. That is incredible.
It really is. And today we are adding 7 more, so let's not waste any time. But first, real quick, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on your notifications. We drop a brand new episode every single day.
And share this with someone who needs an English boost today. You never know whose life you might change with one share. Okay, May, let's go. First pattern.
All right. First pattern today is I suppose. Now this one is interesting because it sits right between I think and I'm not sure.
Oh, like you have an opinion but you're not totally confident about it?
Exactly. I suppose you're right. I suppose we could try that. I suppose it's not that difficult once you practice. It's softer than I think. It shows you're open to being wrong.
So it's like a humble opinion, like you're thinking out loud.
Yes, and that's actually a very attractive quality in conversation. People who say, I suppose, come across as thoughtful and open-minded, not stubborn or aggressive.
You mean like it leaves space for the other person's opinion too?
Perfectly said. I suppose opens a door. I think sometimes closes one. And in disagreements especially, I suppose you have a point sounds so much more mature than fine, you're right.
Oh, wow. That's such a real difference. Okay, I'm already loving this pattern.
And here's a fun thing. British English speakers use I suppose all the time in casual conversation, so it also gives your English a lovely natural flavor.
Ooh, fancy. Okay, what's pattern number 2?
Pattern 2, and this one is absolutely one of my favorites, it's it turns out.
It turns out? Like when something surprises you? A result you didn't expect?
Yes, it turns out she was right all along. It turns out the restaurant was closed. It turns out learning English is more fun than I thought. It introduces a surprising discovery or an unexpected result.
Oh, so it's like the phrase you use when reality is different from what you expected.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is, it turns out works for big surprises and small everyday discoveries. It turns out my keys were in my bag the whole time.
That happens to me every single day. I keep looking for things that are right in front of me.
Wait, you just used today's next pattern. I keep. Did you notice?
I did? I said I keep looking?
You did, and that leads us perfectly into pattern number 3, I keep plus verb ing. This pattern is for habits or repeated actions, things you do again and again, sometimes without wanting to.
Oh, like I keep forgetting my umbrella, or I keep making the same mistake.
Exactly. And notice, I keep often carries a feeling of mild frustration or humor. I keep losing my phone. I keep waking up late. I keep thinking about that conversation.
So it's not just repetition, it's repetition that you notice and feel something about.
That's a brilliant observation, Jay. Yes, I keep has emotion built into it. It's not robotic repetition, it's human, relatable repetition, and that's why it sounds so natural.
You mean like when I say, I keep making mistakes in English? It sounds real and honest instead of just a plain fact?
Perfectly understood. And here's something encouraging. I keep also works for positive habits. I keep learning something new every day. I keep surprising myself with how much I've improved.
Oh, I love that. I keep getting better. That feels really good to say.
Say it every morning. Okay, pattern 4. And this one is warm, enthusiastic, and wonderful for expressing genuine excitement. It's I'd love to.
Ooh, like a stronger, warmer version of I'd like to?
Spot on. I'd like to is polite. I'd love to is passionate. I'd love to visit Japan someday. I'd love to learn how to cook. I'd love to join your team. It shows real enthusiasm and heart.
So when you really mean it, really want something, I'd love to is the right choice.
Yes, and it also works beautifully for accepting invitations. If someone says, "Would you like to come to our event?" instead of, "Yes, okay," you say, "I'd love to." Instantly warmer, instantly more genuine.
That's such a small change, but it feels so different. Yes, okay sounds flat. I'd love to sounds like you actually care.
And people feel that difference. When someone says, "I'd love to help you," you believe them. When someone says, "I want to help you," it's fine, but it doesn't carry the same warmth.
This is where things change. I want to start replacing my flat yes answers with I'd love to. It sounds so much more alive.
Do it. Your conversations will feel completely different. Okay, pattern 5. This one is powerful, strong, and very motivating. It's no matter what.
Oh, no matter what. Like nothing can stop you.
Exactly. No matter what, I will keep trying. No matter what happens, we'll figure it out. I'll support you no matter what. It expresses total commitment, unconditional dedication.
You mean like even if the situation is hard, even if things go wrong, you're still committed.
Yes, and this pattern carries so much emotional weight. When someone says, "I'll be there for you no matter what," those words land deeply. They feel real and powerful.
I can feel that just hearing it. It's like a promise inside a sentence.
A promise inside a sentence. Oh, I love that. And no matter what is also amazing for motivating yourself. When English gets hard, say, "I'm going to keep practicing no matter what." Feel the difference that makes.
Okay. I actually felt something when you said that. That's a strong pattern.
Language has power, Jay. The patterns you speak out loud shape how you think and feel. Okay, pattern 6. This one tells the story of where you ended up after a series of events. It's I ended up.
I ended up? Like the final result of something that happened?
Exactly. I ended up staying home that night. I ended up loving the city, even though I was nervous at first. I ended up getting the job. It describes the final outcome, sometimes expected, sometimes totally surprising.
Oh, so it's like the last chapter of a short story.
Perfect way to put it. And I ended up is amazing for storytelling. When you tell someone about your day, your trip, your experience, I ended up wraps the story beautifully.
Like instead of saying, finally, I did this, you say, I ended up doing this, and it sounds more natural?
Much more natural. And you know what's funny? I have a story about this one too.
Oh, yes, tell me.
So one time I went to a coffee shop just to buy one coffee. Just one. Quick trip. And then I saw a friend, and we started talking, and then another friend arrived, and we ordered food, and then we started playing a board game the cafe had, and I ended up staying there for 6 hours.
6 hours from one coffee?
6 hours. And I ended up staying there for 6 hours tells that whole story in one sentence. That's the magic of this pattern.
That's incredible. One sentence, whole story. Okay, last pattern. What is it?
Last pattern today, number 7, and we actually started this episode with it. It's so far.
Oh, you used it in the very beginning. So far, this podcast series has been one of the most exciting things.
Great memory, Jay. Yes, so far means up until this point in time, talking about what has happened from the beginning until now. So far, everything is going well. So far, I've learned 29 patterns. So far, this has been the best trip of my life.
So it's like taking a progress snapshot, like here's where things stand right now.
Beautifully said, a progress snapshot. And so far leaves things open. It doesn't say the story is finished. It says this is where we are right now, and there's still more to come.
Oh, I love that. It's hopeful. Like, so far so good, and we're still going.
Exactly. So far, so good is actually a very common English expression on its own. You'll hear it everywhere. And now you understand exactly why it feels so positive and open.
Okay, imagination time. Can we do all 7 in one scenario?
Let's do it. Imagine you're telling a friend about starting a new job.
Okay, I suppose it was the right decision to take this job. It turns out my new team is amazing. I keep learning something new every single day. I'd love to grow into a leadership role there. No matter what challenges come, I'm going to give my best. I ended up really enjoying the work even though I was nervous at first. So far, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Applauds! 7 patterns, 1 story, completely fluid and natural. Jay, you should be so proud of yourself right now.
Honestly, I am. That felt amazing. It just flowed.
That's what 29 patterns in your toolkit does for you. Okay, vocabulary moment.
Let's go.
Number 1, open-minded. I said, I suppose makes you sound open-minded. Open-minded means willing to consider different opinions and ideas, not fixed or rigid in your thinking.
Like, being open-minded is one of the most important qualities for learning anything new.
Perfect. Number 2, unconditional. I said, no matter what expresses unconditional dedication. Unconditional means without any conditions or limits, complete and total, no matter what happens.
Like, a mother's love for her child is truly unconditional.
Beautiful. Number 3, enthusiasm. I said, I'd love to, shows real enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means strong excitement and energy about something, genuine passion.
Like, you could hear the enthusiasm in her voice when she talked about her dream.
Love it. Number 4, outcome. I said, I ended up describes the final outcome. Outcome means the final result, what actually happened at the end of a situation or process.
Like, no matter how hard the journey is, focus on the outcome you want.
Excellent. And number 5, progress snapshot. You actually created this one today, Jay. A progress snapshot means a quick picture of how things are going right now, where you stand at this moment in time.
I made a vocabulary term. Like, checking in with your goals every week gives you a useful progress snapshot.
And I will be using that forever. Okay, closing question time.
Yes, what's today's question for the listeners?
Here is today's question. So far in your English learning journey, what is one thing that has surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments. It could be something hard that turned out to be easy, or something you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up loving.
Yes, drop your answer below. We genuinely want to know your story. Every journey is different, and every answer is valuable.
And listeners, you now know 29 sentence patterns for daily English. You are building something real and powerful, one episode at a time.
Episode 5 is coming tomorrow. Don't miss it.
Until then, keep speaking, keep practicing, and remember, no matter what, you are capable of more than you think.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.